Yes. This is the BumCast. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Bologna, the Southside Bum, and Dougie, freshness and gents. Welcome back for another lovely Monday night here on the StreamYard network that we motherfuck all the time. But good to be back, guys. Good to be back. Cheers.
Cheers to you. Cheers to the guy on vacation. Although it's a staycation, right?
Yes, it is. So I'm locked and loaded tonight.
Good God. What were those things?
I got a little mezcal. I got some Monte Lobos. And then because McDur's is our favorite distiller, I got some of the Siete
Misterios. That's the only
correct.
mezcal I liked. It's the only mezcal I've tried that I've liked. And I'm not just saying that because McDur's has been good to us. I'm more of a tequila guy, but that mezcal was really good. But other than that, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? I went to go grab some tequila, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna do some mezcal. I went to a wine tasting at Cooper's Hawk earlier. Did some wine and sushi for dinner. So I'm switching it up. I went with wine all day. Now it's mezcal. I'm gonna keep it light. So, or I might just run off the fucking rails later tonight and
let it rip.
It'll be
baby. Let's get wild with it. I mean, the Bears are here. The Bears are here. Hard Knocks is tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that a little later. So at least we got that to worry about. But I say it's still the doldrums of sports, July, middle of August. It's let it rip, man.
Let it rip, baby. Johnny, what are you guys drinking?
I am drinking vodka lemonade. I'm big into vodka again, so plus I kind of like to stay away from the beer because it gives me a beer belly. So I kind of switched it up a little bit. Usually just drinking seltzers or something just like, vodka or bourbon just to keep that beer belly down.
Well, you have to have some beers. You need to go take 42,000 steps like Zane Lamprey did last weekend on the podcast when we had him on. So
yeah,
I do get my steps in. I mean, I have to walk to the train when I go to work. So I do have to walk. So I do get my steps in at least three times a week. So I figure that's a win right there.
Oh yeah. Tonight I am drinking Gatorade. I don't know. I just don't feel like drinking tonight. I am worn the fuck out.
This is a
what?
This is a revelation here. You know what, Dougie? You had the tweet out there. We wished you good luck. You had a big test for work. You do look tired. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You look beat.
Yeah. I did not sleep well last night. Dude, it was just I don't get like anxiety that much. Like it just doesn't fucking bother me. Shit doesn't bother me. But like there was like so many fucking questions that could be on this test. And like there was just no way that you could prepare for all of them, So like I was talking to you guys earlier today, like I knew a good majority of them, but I made a bunch of guesses and I've got I need 7 of those guesses to come true out of like 32. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm a good guesser or not. So I'm either gonna pass by the skin of my teeth, which passing is like 83 or 84%. So, or I'm gonna fail by the skin of my teeth, and I'm gonna fucking break something. But we'll
Okay,
find something.
so
Yeah.
if you do, I'm not saying I said you got this. I sent you the text.
Yeah.
You got this. I
Mhm.
have a feeling you're gonna pass. But
Yeah.
worst case scenario, if you do fail, can you just retake it, or is there like a time limit, or like can you just keep doing it until we get it?
So there is a there isn't a time limit per se, but there are so many people that take the test, and the fail rate is so high. So there's a ton of people that retake. So if I do fail, which I won't find out for a month, the wait list is probably about 3.5 months. So it'll probably be
Oh,
like another
shit.
4 months from now till I could take it again.
Okay.
So kind of sucks. So, but we'll see. So
And the test was for, you would explain it.
okay, so yeah, so basically, I'm gonna be like fucking Jesus of Chicago. Basically, I'm going,
Chicago
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus turned, water into wine or whatever. I'm gonna turn Lake Michigan water into drinking water. So, basically, that's what I would be. I'd be like one of the highest qualified people that could take basically lake water and make it drinkable.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
Do you have
I'd
to-
be
now
like,
the question is, did you have to pay for the test to do it?
yes. Yeah. You have to pay for the test. And then once you pass the test, you have to pay for the actual
The
certification.
certification, yeah.
Hospital,
That's usually
Illinois.
the case. That's usually the case for most things like that.
Yeah.
Great
So if
question by Gordo. Will you be able to walk on water?
you know what? If it says pass, I will fucking try. I will film it.
Did they at least provide the pencils?
They do, yes, because the only thing that you could bring in there is a calculator, which they inspect. So everything else must be left in the car.
Inspect it if you brought like a graphic, like a TI-83, they would go through your like memory and shit. Like
You can't even bring those. You can't even bring
no.
those. Yeah, because you could
Yeah, because you could
store
load on
answers
the
in it.
answers. Yeah.
Yep.
okay, so then if you bring in like a normal like push calculator, like how are they inspecting that? Like what are they checking for?
Make
They'll
sure
just
there's not answers in the back or something like
Exactly,
that.
yep.
Or
Yeah.
in Bologna's case, you bring in the calculator
Mhm.
with no batteries. You have the answers in the battery compartment, and that's how you cheat on tests, baby. I'm learning you something, Jason.
No,
Yeah.
unless they open up that battery pack up and then you're
That's
fucked.
why they're inspecting it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
teachers in high school didn't do that.
Wait, so are they really strict on that? So what Peter just said right now, by the way, kids, don't try that at home.
Mhm.
But
Or do.
would they do something like that as well? Like that they're very strict and they'll
Oh, yeah.
investigate.
Yep. Yeah. So even if you go to the bathroom, they have two people in the room. So like one person escorts you like to the bathroom and then brings you back from the bathroom.
Do they
Damn.
shake it for you too?
Huh? No.
Do they shake
no.
it for you too?
No.
Like you want to be like, hey, you want to stand next to me and watch too? You want to see what I'm working with here? Like,
So I was gonna mess around with the person for my one bathroom break, but I got like the wild card, and I actually got the lady, and I was like, can't really say that to her. So, yeah, so I had to scrap that idea. But yeah, I mean, if as of right now, there's like 574 people in all of Illinois that have this license, so
Wow.
it would be nice. It'd be kind of cool, but we'll see.
I like Real Dog's suggestion there. Write the answers in the bottom of your Jordans.
Dude,
With
they
the
even so I
grind
wore
pants.
I wore a hat in there. They made me show the inside of my hat.
Man,
It's
now
serious.
I want you to pass, Dougie.
Mhm.
But maybe we take the test again, and I want to beat the Chiefs.
Beat the
Like
system.
I want to beat the system. I have to figure it out somehow. You give me 4 months, like you got to retake it. I'm gonna figure out a way to cheat my way through this thing.
Can we
That
do
was-
like
I was a pro at that.
like an old school, like you with the ear, like
Yeah,
a small little earpiece, and then you in the microphone, you're just like, when the water goes through the filter.
I'll apply for a job as a like janitor at that school, and I could just walk
Fake
around like a
mustache.
mop and bucket, Goodwill Hunting style. Then when you go to the bathroom, we'll figure it out. We'll figure this out.
Yeah. The only problem is like I was telling you guys before, and I'll tell everybody, there's like 5,500 different questions there could be.
And
I
you only
use
got
Dougie for all
150 of them
150 of them.
out of
150 just
5,000.
5,550, and they just pull 150 randomly.
That's
It's
that's
crapshoot.
insane.
So,
All
we'll see.
right, so big question here. Did anyone notice Bologna is showing a little too much neck this evening and use a hoe?
I got normal amounts of buttons. It's normal
So-
amount of buttons. I don't.
Wait, why
I'm not gonna button it up like this nerds now.
The streets need to know. Are you hoeing tonight?
No, you gotta let the little. I mean,
Isn't it?
the little
Hold on,
sprouts breathe
isn't it a little warm down there too? I mean, you gotta like.
Yeah,
No.
you
cold.
just want to do another button. I mean, hoe is life, right?
It's goddamn freezing down there. That's why I brought a flannel, because like usually we got the air cranked for the rest of the house. The basement is an ice box. But no, dude, this is my normal buttons. I always button this one. I don't leave it button. I'm R.I.P. Eloy Jimenez, but I'm doing the Eloy.
Yeah, Eloy's gone now, so you have to.
I'm taking up the man.
Yeah. Keep the tradition going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're so used to whoring out Johnny. I'm going to tell everybody tonight, special $5 per button on Bologna. He will take a button down every $5 you guys donate tonight.
All right. I'll start with the pockets and then go to the sleeves. We'll make our way down there. I got these buttons too. You know what? The collars, I think, have stays.
Now you
We'll
know
figure it
how
out.
I feel, you son of a bitch.
I like it.
You know, I went to, speaking of Johnny being hoarded out, I went to Spirit Halloween today, because they finally opened up all the stores. So they're, I don't know if you guys go to Spirit a lot, but they do a different theme for their setups every year. And this year they're doing a circus theme. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you can actually like put your name down to buy like the displays from the store every year. So like when, instead of them just tossing it, they give them to you and, you can take them home, whatever. Well, in one of their setups, they had like a fortune teller booth. And I was like, just immediately, I was like, this would be perfect for the Johnny kissing booth. And it was just a perfect booth, man. It was like, this would be perfect for tailgates, lot B, Johnny kissing booth. And I was like, did anyone purchase that yet? And they said, yes, someone already put their name down for that. But then the guy told me a couple stores that are opening in the very near future. And he's like, you find out those opening dates, you go there, put your name down. I could have a kissing booth for like $40 for next season.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're talking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because, the reason why they do that is because otherwise they got to pay the dumpster fee. And the dumpster fee crushes them.
The kissing booth was a good idea last season. This season, we might get in trouble by people.
Yeah, a certain someone, yes.
A certain someone.
But they also had a wheel that you could spin, a spin wheel, whatever.
Sure.
But I thought I can get that, and then we could just like tape out different things to do for and lot B or whatever. Bring it to the tailgate, spin
Hell
the wheel,
yes.
spin
Like
the wheel.
drinking game wheel or shot wheel.
Wheel of
Yes.
I like this.
So I need to like, if you people listening, if you know your Spirit Halloween store, that's what date it's opening, DM me so I can be the first one when it opens and put my name down for displays, because we'll take those tailgates next year to a whole nother level.
Every single one of those stores smells exactly the same. It's just like cheap China plastic. That's all they smell like.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of spinning wheels, Jay, let's get a couple super chats in.
Yeah, let's get a couple super chats here. First one is from Gordo. Tip for Dougie's entrance exam fee. Thank you, Gordo.
Thank you, Gordo.
Cheers to you. And then Bums in the Bleachers, Prez. He says, let's see nips. Okay.
Of course he would put that out there.
Yeah, Prez is the king of nips. We might have to take this gimmick on the Bums in the Bleachers. Maybe we get those boys to take their tops off for ratings.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So we did the July super chat raffle. We're gonna spin the wheel of winning at the end of the show. But
At the end of this
for
show.
August, at the end of the show, we're gonna have announced the winners. But for this month in August, we got some cool prizes. We got another bobblehead we're gonna give away. That's what is that? The
Hawk Solo.
The Han Solo, Hawk Harrelson, Star Wars Night, Hawk Solo.
Hawk Solo. That's a
That's
good
a good
one.
one. Yeah.
I might have to super chat ourselves so I can. Am I eligible to win that one? I might have to.
If you super chat us, we said bums are eligible. Aaron and Prez are over there super chatting away, which I appreciate. So maybe bums are eligible.
Yep.
Although I
so we got
take Julie out. I took Julie out of the raffle last month. So there's a gray area. We got to figure it out.
Okay. We're gonna give away our new Bears crossword puzzle shirt, the Caleb Moore Allen Rome Swift that spells out Bears. That's a cool shirt. So make sure even if you go buy it, and then if not, super chat and hope to win it. More Chickies Beef gift cards and the new Chicago short sleeve hoodie that they gave away a couple weeks ago. I think that was the July 27th game. I think that was when we had our last tailgate.
Yeah.
So we'll be giving that away, and then we'll announce the winners for that. So thank you guys to everyone who's super chatted so far. Another last one before we get rolling here. Mailman Jack, $1.66 a button. Peter, you're gonna let's get it going. Boom,
I'll start with this one.
Boom, boom, boom. Dude. We get the sax going.
What'd you give for Prez his button?
Praz's button.
paid.
I'll start with this one then. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll start with these two buttons.
All right.
Yeah.
The heat shields.
My wife says we got enough Halloween shit. No, we don't.
You know what? Who you like? You remind me of like from Home Improvement when like Tim would always like decorate his house full of like Halloween and Christmas shit. Like that's how you are when you comes to like Halloween. Like
That was a cool. I got inspired by that.
Yeah.
I actually got to be surprised to hear that you were going in Spirit Halloween because, like, dude, the shit that you have is like top notch, like movie grade shit.
Yeah,
Like-
so I usually go in there to see what they got,
Okay.
and then it's like just like small stuff. I buy like the big. I already ordered like my big props like a couple weeks ago. So
Can't wait to see.
all right, it's gonna be a good time. So let's start off talking some Bears, shall we?
We shall. Hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
You know what, Peter? I saw you pull up the a slide right there, and I was like, oh, I don't know if we should start talking about that right away or say that to our end of the show.
Save it to the end. Save it to the end.
Okay. Very cool. All right. So the Bears, let's get some sports talk. The Bears, they're finally back. Football is back, people. Even though it was the Hall of Fame game, who cares? It's football. We're excited. So yes, right there. We knew that the starters weren't going to play, but that's okay. So I want to talk going into week 2, but I wanted to get your takeaway because from the game on Thursday, Brett Rippon, Colin Johnson, that was the connection all night. And I want to start off asking you guys, do you think that Brett Rippon is doing enough to make himself potentially be the number 2 quarterback behind Caleb?
We cannot do this. We cannot do this. Game 1, Hall of Fame game. Not even week 1. It's like the extra preseason game. He's going up against 3rd and 4th stringers. He looked great. I'll admit it. I was happy. You know, he was throwing some dimes. Very excited about it. There's nothing about this game that realistically I could like gleam and be like, all right, that'll translate to the next couple of preseason games and then like week 1, 2, and 3. The Hall of Fame game is an animal unto itself. I mean, they didn't even finish the goddamn game. Like it's a joke of a game. So no, at least not yet. We'll see within the next couple games. You know, I'm sure he's gonna get a lot more rope. Then we could figure it out.
I was just really thrilled with the name combo, Rippon Johnson.
Really?
Okay, so what do you think then the odds are that Colin Johnson actually makes this team? Maybe he outplays Velas Jones. Maybe like we realize that, hey, Velas, you're not that needed anymore. So do you think that the big body receiver has a legit chance of making this team and not getting back to the practice squad?
Now we're talking, Jay.
Yeah.
Now that's something we could really talk about. Because yes, whether or not you're catching a ball from a first string, second string, third string guy, those catches he made were unbelievable. Yeah. It's talent. He's a big body and he seemed sure-handed. So if he keeps doing this, he was on the team last year in the practice squad last year. Like, so he's familiar with he's familiar with the team. Yeah, like there's a chance maybe we see Velus Jones lose his job. You know, we're all crossing our fingers. We know what Velus Jones Jr. is. Like, we know how much garbage he is. Tyler Scott, on the other hand, it sounds like people are really liking what Tyler Scott's doing this offseason. So, like, I don't think his job is in jeopardy. But yeah, Colin Johnson could be a name. He could be, especially Hard Knocks is coming up. We're all excited about it. We're going to talk about the show later on. But there's always that story. There's always that story of someone from the practice squad or someone that really didn't have a chance to make the team, then actually makes the team. There's no reason why Colin Johnson can't do it.
Anything's better than Velus Jones. I'll just say it right now. So I think I know it's game one Hall of Fame game. It doesn't really matter type of thing, but I just think that he would be. I think he makes the team. I'm saying it right now. I think he does make the team.
Okay.
Sam is asking if DJ Moore and Keenan Allen on the hot seat. I had that joke, and obviously it was a joke on Twitter. And I said, why did you give DJ Moore all of that money when Colin Johnson is on the roster?
Well, we didn't talk about that. I mean, I'm happy that they signed DJ Moore, because they happened on Tuesday after we had the BumCast, but the 4-year deal that they got him to, great stuff. I'm very happy that they signed him. Hopefully they lock up Keenan again. And I'm not saying give him a 4-year deal, maybe an extra year, two at the most. Like, he's 31. You don't want to wide receivers fall off after their 32, 33 seasons. So, you don't want to go too. But if they lock up that core wide receiver group through the duration of Caleb's rookie deal, that's awesome.
I would say the only thing about with Keaton is that if it's something where Caleb Williams and him interact well during the games, he likes throwing to him a lot, something along those lines, and he becomes the Bears first 4,000 yard passer. I just think that maybe the Bears might do something like that and give him another extra year to sign him again or something along the lines. If we're close, obviously I'm talking out of my ass right now, optimism, I want the Bears, hoping that we get to the playoffs, talking crazy like Jay Moore over here. But I just think that if everything does go to plan, that we hope that it does. I think that there is a possibility that if there's cap space, that they do sign Keenan Allen at least maybe another year or so.
Yeah, it's also not the worst thing in the world if it's a one and done season for Keenan Allen. I think him being there is going to help Rome Odunze tremendously. The veteran presence. He's A1 route runner in the NFL. He has been for his whole career. So anything he could learn from him would be amazing. But the main part is that now DJ Moore and Rome Odunze are tied in with Caleb Williams until Caleb Williams' rookie contract expires. That's the key. That's the core right there. I love Keenan Allen. I hope he has a great season. Maybe they do sign up for a team-friendly deal, or even if it's another 2 years, maybe. But now that the offense seems to be locked up, at least the skill positions, I'm not too worried about Keenan Allen. There's flaws, there's still holes on this offensive line that I would much more worry about before we're talking about signing another wide receiver.
Yeah. So let's transition to that, because I wanted that was my big talking point for the Bears talk this week, and that's the Bears were back at practice, and it did not seem like it went very well for them today. So right guard Nate Davis, he returned to practice. He's been out since the 27th. He did his walkthrough stretch, some drills, and then he left. But sounds like that was just him getting ramped up. But then Darnell Wright, who number one, pick last year, we counting on him. He played great last year as a rookie. He's sidelined, today. Tevin Jenkins, who wants a new deal, but we said don't give it to him unless he's healthy. He left practice early. He didn't return. So now you have 3 question marks in the offensive line. You know, like I was telling my wife earlier, and she said that the Bears offensive line is, you know, like is trash, and that Poles didn't do enough to, you know, this make it better. And I said, to a certain extent, but that line I would say is above average, but when healthy, there's too many. Like Darnell Wright's going to be a good player, but then you have like all the question marks with, you know, Tevin Jenkins and Nate Davis. Like you just can't rely on them. Like if all, you got all of them, you got Ryan Bates coming by, you know, who was like their backup in Buffalo, you know, and he could be a swing guy. He might be the next another piece for that line. But when you have 3 of your ones going down already, you got your game 5 days away. I wanted, like, I'm a little concerned now, like how many reps do you give Caleb, risking, you know, him being behind the second stringers or an injured line already.
Rodog's got a perfect comment, says, I feel like Tevin has a terminal case of the Eloys. And that's the problem, right? That's what we talked about a couple weeks ago, is that like he's going up and asking for a contract. He's going to have to earn it. By earning it, he's going to have to stay on the field. Still early. I'm going to keep hammering that comment. That's still early. But there is cause for concern. I mean, the writing was on the wall, right? We said that the defensive line and offensive line were good enough to win, but they're thin. They're very thin. And an injury on both sides of the ball could be a problem. We talked about Ryan Bates, Jay. I think at this point, Coleman Shelton playing center and Ryan Bates having the flexibility to play another position, that's going to be huge. I think, you know, when Nate Davis goes down, or, you know, like any one of these guys, it's Nate Davis got to figure it out, man. Like Nate Davis is another guy that, like, it sounds like he's more worried about Nate Davis than, you know, getting out on the field, which is fine. You got to worry about yourself. You got to, you know, do what you have to do to stay healthy. But it's going to be interesting because Matt Eberflus said that, like, the health of this offensive line is going to dictate how much Caleb Williams plays in the preseason. Right. And that's where we're going to start, you know, getting pissed off and or worried, is like if these guys aren't healthy and Caleb Williams can't get his reps, and that's going to hinder his development, then it's a big problem.
Yeah, I think that's totally the big thing. Like, I wouldn't even say I'd be pissed. I would just be really concerned. Like, you know, going into week 1, if he doesn't get the proper amount of reps and everything, and then, you know, then all of a sudden it becomes like, you know, baseball players that didn't get a spring training, you know? And
well, no, I'm sorry, Dougie. The one thing you have to remember too is that, like, Caleb never in college didn't do like under center, right? So he needs that, you know, like camaraderie, the reps between the center and taking them. So like, if it is going to be Bates or it's going to be Sheldon, or, you know, he needs to get that in there, right? So
absolutely.
That's going to be big for his development, you know, because you can't call shotgun every play.
No.
So that was the big concern. The offense obviously struggled. You know, I think there might be a chance that actually we might see Poles make a move for an offensive lineman for someone maybe by the trade deadline if these guys can't get healthy. We saw he made the move for Montez Sweat, gave up the second-round pick. We still have the second-round pick from Carolina, so maybe there's someone out there from a team who's going to be bad already. Would you guys be okay with that, trading Carolina's second-round pick if it brought us back a elite starting guard or tackle?
That seems like a panic move already. You got to see, like, it's like, again, very early. I think you got to see what you got. The fact that there are this many skill position players, you know, Swift and Johnson and Kmet and Allen and Rome and everyone else on our shirt, and the fact that Caleb Williams gets rid of the ball substantially faster than Justin Fields did last year. We keep talking about it, and reporters keep talking about it. It's noticeable how fast he gets. That's going to help the offensive line. Whether or not they're healthy or not, that's going to help that's going to help Shane Waldron scheme where if you have flaws in the offensive line, you could work around them. That all helps. So if we are going to make a move, I'm almost willing to think Ryan Poles is going to sign defensive line depth before he does offensive line depth.
I would agree with you. I wouldn't like to see it, but I agree with you. I really think that, he's going to solid up that defense before he does the offensive line. Though there are a few guys that they can go out and grab for the offensive line that are just kind of sitting out there right now. I wouldn't mind seeing them go for maybe a veteran or something like that maybe is getting, passed up by other teams, just to kind of put some pressure on these other guys that, like you said, maybe are worried about themselves being healthy rather than worrying about the good of the team.
I kind of feel like we've talked about this last year. Very, very early. Injuries are going to happen in training camp. This stuff happens. The Jenkins one, yes, he's very injured prone. The other guys, or I would say I'm not too worried about Wright, unless it's something where it's going to be serious, but it's going to happen. And obviously, yes, you want to test out Caleb Williams, in this next game, because you don't want to keep on sitting him out. Like, he has to get reps. He has to play. And obviously you don't want to get this guy hurt before he even gets into the season. So yeah, I can understand some of the concerns here or there, but it's still very early where I just, I don't think he's going to be playing that many reps in that first game anyways. They're only they got 3 games left, right? In preseason.
Yeah, 3 games.
Yeah, 3 games. So, I think they would play it smart too if their offensive line is banged up. I just don't think that they'll just they'll give him his reps and all that, but I just don't think that, hopefully it's not too serious, and hopefully, they get injuries all the time and, they're on the list or whatever, but they end up playing on that particular week. So it just, we just got to just monitor and see if whether or not it's too serious or it's nothing really to worry about.
Yeah. I think probably he gets maybe 2 series at the most. I doubt he'll play like a full quarter or anything like that. But I am excited though for the Bears' first preseason game, and I think those first half a quarter, those first 7-8 minutes is going to be just like pheromones for Bears fans. It's going to be great. I hope it's great. I hope it's not a disaster.
If it is, who cares?
It's preseason.
That's why it's preseason for a reason.
Figure it out now.
Yeah, figure it out now.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk. It was on the topic of Bears. Peter, we teased it yesterday. You did a very, very awesome job of putting the video together. But we got a new series we're developing.
Whoa. Focus.
Got him.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
We saw
him
fly away.
I got him. Fuck that fruit fly. I know. I keep it unclean house. After Knocks. It's our new series after the Bears Hard Knocks. So after about 9:00, we'll be on the interwebs. We'll be doing a live YouTube show, and we got Gats Money Bob on tomorrow. He is returning. He's promised not to be showing up crazy drunk like he was last time.
I hope he is. That was a fun ass time last time.
That was awesome.
He's taken the crown as the drunkest person ever on the BumCast, and there have been some drunk ass people on the BumCast, including ourselves.
Yeah. Yes. So we're going to do a recap show. Peter's going to have some screenshots going and everything, but join us tomorrow, 9 p.m. ish. We'll be ready to talk some Hard Knocks after Knocks.
This is a good one too. Knocking bums. So I sent the group we bounced back ideas of what it should be called. I thought Harder Knockers would have been a funny one. Harder Knockers was my favorite one, but we went with After Knocks, a little more professional.
Yeah. So join us tomorrow. We'll see you guys all on the webs. We got a busy week this week, guys.
We
might
do
be the
have a
hardest-
busy week, but that's
We might be the hardest working pod in business, but we'll talk about other stuff later because first, before we talk Sox, we got to pay some ads.
yeah, that's how we keep the lights on.
The original Chickies Beef and Chickies Banquet is a proud sponsor of the BumCast. Have you tried Chickies breaded steak sandwich yet? Well, I have, and let me tell you, it's phenomenal. They start with a tender cut of ribeye, pounded out thin and coated in the most amazing Italian breadcrumbs. Then, it's fried to perfection and topped off with ooey gooey melted mozzarella and a generous drizzle of marinara. It's a flavor explosion in your mouth. You'll take your taste buds to a whole new level. Come by and give it a try. And don't forget, every Monday, Chickies host their car and motorcycle show from 5 p.m. till dusk, located in the west parking lot of Chickies. Bring the whole family. Admission is free to spectators and participants. For dine-in, carry-out, drive-through, and delivery, it's Chickies Beef, 4152 Roosevelt Road in Hillside, or find them on the web at www.chickiesbeef.com. All right, time for the most depressing part of the show. So we're going to try to move it quick, but that's White Sox talk because not much to talk about. But first, do a process. Smash that like button, please, and thank you. Very much, please.
And subscribe while you're
Thank
at
you
it.
so much. Yeah, if you're new, subscribe, smash the like, and don't forget, Peter. For every $5, Peter's on doing the button. So keep them super chats coming if you want to see some sexy. He's just a sexy boy.
That's goddamn right.
Okay, so let's talk a little Sox here before we get to some more fun stuff. But so Sox officially hit 20 losses. They are 3 away from tying the all-time loss with the Philadelphia Phillies. I think that was 61 or something like that. And then they are 4 from breaking the record. So maybe that's why Pedro hasn't been fired yet. There was a lot of speculation that Pedro was going to be fired after this weekend. It didn't happen. It's a typical Jerry Reinsdorf move that he doesn't want to fire the manager mid-season. They don't do it. So it's looking bleak that he's going to be around us for the rest of the season. But maybe, just maybe, they are going to let him try to get that 24 losses before they shit can him. Or maybe Peter, your lawnmower parts supplier is your source. Your sources are accurate, and he's being fired on Friday.
That's what makes the most sense. All these reports going out there that he could be fired at any time. Motherfuckers, we could all be fired at any time. That's not a report. You could just be like, anyone could get fired at any time. So we put it out there before Friday. That's when he's going to get fired. And it does make sense. Obviously, I was making fun of all the other reports with that tweet. But it makes sense if you are going to fire him after you come back from a road trip. You don't fire someone on the road. That's just like people rarely ever do that. But yeah, he's earned enough to get fired. And I've talked about it longer, and I've talked about it. I want him to eat this season. I want him to go until the end of the year. But obviously, I understand that like if you get 24, 25 losses in a row, you're going to get shit canned. The main thing is I do want them to get swept by Oakland. Because that gives the Cubs Sox a little bit more juice. I mean, these two teams are dog shit regardless, and it is the Crosstown Cup or whatever. And, people are going to be riled up. But a Friday night going for history with fireworks, possibly. Imagine fireworks getting lit up for the historic loss. I almost want to be there. I said I never want to go to another Cubs Sox game 10 years ago. I might want to go to 2 in the next 2 days, or like in this weekend, because we're going to be there Saturday. I kind of want to go Friday. I want to be there for and I'm going to wear my Jerry the Clown shirt, and I'm going to I'm going to be that guy taking pictures of fireworks on Instagram like an idiot because I'm celebrating, historic losses.
Sam in the comment, lose 24 in a row and then fireworks. What a wet dream. Like, that is such on brand for the Sox. Like, hey, we're shooting off fireworks 24. What a fucking joke of a franchise. If they lost at 24 in a row, they should automatically just cancel fireworks and be like, you know what? None of them, we don't deserve any of this. The fans don't deserve it. Like, just fucking go home. And go home. Fuck you. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. At that point, you just got to vanilla ice it and technical difficulties. Sorry. No fireworks tonight. But
Sam says on the comments, $97 for a ticket is insane. But actually, Peter, you said it yourself. I think a lot of people want to go to this game because I'm just like, it's just kind of, it's history. I mean, you're going to baseball for a team that's fucking just continues to lose, continues to embarrass themselves. Um, and this organization is just complete like idiotic of like,
We're laughing stock. We're a joke.
yeah,
but
we're just a laughing stock. Yes.
We just got
In
you
general.
just gotta like laugh with it. Like there's no point of getting mad anymore. I'm beyond the point of getting pissed off.
Yeah, so like the Sox solution today is, like, okay, we're playing Oakland, so let's call up Kai Bush. He wasn't lighting up AAA at all. He had a 6.16 ERA in 4 appearances after being in AAA. But he did pitch good in Birmingham, so he was low 2s in Birmingham. But like that's the Sox solution. Like, hey, that's the guy 4 AAAs getting rocked for 6+ ERA. Let's throw him against Oakland and see what he's got. That's such a fucking Sox move right now.
But the only argument to that, and I saw it all over Twitter, like, why are you calling up these guys that are bums? The main roster is bums. It's not changing anything. You might as well get some fresh juice in there. Who knows? Cannon and Thorpe, every once in a while they put out a good performance. This Kai Bush guy might be the same. Like, it's not like they're taking a spot of someone that like really deserves it or really earned it. All of these guys are AAA guys, including the main roster.
Yeah.
We literally have a AAA team right now. I mean, it's pretty bad. So like the Sox, they did their fire sale last week for the trade deadline. So obviously we saw Fetty got traded. Tommy Pham, Eloy was probably the biggest shocker of them all. And then Eloy goes to Baltimore, and all of a sudden he's knocking in RBIs and
4 for 6 or whatever he was this week.
Yeah, he's hitting for average and contributing. Like, that's a shock, right? No one saw that one coming. Now the question is if Eloy's legs are going to hold up, but that would be so fucking funny if and also sad at the same time if Eloy never got another injury for the rest of his career.
Well, the Orioles are doing the smart thing. They're platooning their DH, so it's not just Eloy. They got a guy from the Royals that they're switching off DH, and I think put them in against good matchups because they're a smart organization, and it sounds like they know what they're doing. You put them in a good position to succeed, and maybe they succeed. Crazy how that works, right?
What was the bigger shocker for you guys? Eloy getting traded or Kopech getting traded?
Eloy for sure.
Kopech was broken when we've talked about him being broken, but he was broken because of the White Sox. He was still throwing heat, and he still had that the immaculate inning. This year, there was little glimpses, but you knew that someone was going to take on that reclamation project, and I mean, obviously, it seems like it's working there too.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was actually surprised. I think that's the one thing that was biggest shocker for Sox fans was that actually somebody wanted Eloy based off his injury history and obviously it's potential, and maybe the Orioles, who actually probably one of the best run teams right now, they probably can be like, hey, listen, motherfucker, you're gonna stretch, you're gonna eat right. You're going to do all the stuff that probably the Sox weren't making him do and stuff. So I hope it works out for him. Kopech's already looking like he's fucking, pitching really good now in his time up. So maybe he just needed a decent pitching coach. Katz, I don't think is the right pitching coach for this team. That was Giolito's guy. It's time to get a real pitching coach in now. So he worked and he fixed Lucas and made him good, but he hasn't really, some of the other guys just aren't cutting it right now. So
yeah, but did he make Giolito good after all that stuff with the spider deck and all that stuff was coming out? He just seemed he was fine after that.
Kind of could have been more nepotism hires and shit like that. But the one thing I want to talk to you guys about with the White Sox this week is after the trade deadline, one of the most infuriating things I saw was the report that the Twins really wanted Eric Fetty, and according to the reports that they were willing to, and this came from what's the Dan guy, the Twins beat reporter, used to be the Sox beat reporter. And-
I was going to say Graziano because I'm in Bears mode right
he
now.
used to be the Sox beat reporter. He moved to the Twins. Dan, whatever. Someone in the comments, please tell me his name. I'm forgetting his name, but
Dan Plesac?
no.
Dan Roan?
No.
Dan...
Goddamn.
Or
How does no one
Vlasky?
know what? Dan Hayes. Thank you, Sam. Sam to the rescue here. Yeah. So he used to be the Sox beat reporter. He moved to, he did Minnesota. He's on the Twins now, but he had a report that the Twins want him. They were very willing to offer their number 3 prospect for Fetty, and Chris Getz declined because it's trading in a division. That's a fucking stupid move. And I want to know, like, whose decision that actually was, if that was Jerry poo-pooing that, or if Chris Getz is just such a fucking idiot that he thinks that trading within the division is so frowned upon when you're the worst team in fucking baseball, going to be the worst team in the history of baseball, and you don't want to give a mediocre average pitcher for 2 years for a top 3 prospect.
He had no problem trading with the Royals.
That's what I was about to say. They keep circle jerking the Royals. It doesn't matter. The problem is there is no rhyme or reason. There is no rhyme or reason for this team. There is no actual plan. It's just like, let's see what works. Let's see what doesn't. And he's learning on the fly. And we talked about it last week that he's a rookie GM and he's acting and doing things that rookie GMs do. Who gives a fuck if Minnesota is going to get? I mean, that would be great if they're giving you like an actual prospect. Eric Fetty being on the Twins isn't going to change the fact that like everyone in the division beats your ass. Like they're like it's unbelievably bad how against the division the Sox are. Like you're 60 games under 500. You should be trading with anyone and everyone. The Monstars from Space Jam. Just trade with everyone.
But I mean, seriously though, to your point that I feel like you were trying to get at, you know what? Sure, give them this year because we suck this year. Let's take away part of their future. You know, take away their prospects. Let's make them bad in the future. Let's make them bad decisions, in the future. But we don't. We don't make smart moves. That's the White Sox in a nutshell.
Yeah, it just blows my mind because like when you saw what we got back, right? Like we traded him and Tommy Pham, basically to the Cardinals, and we didn't get we got fucking shit back, right? Cardinals didn't give us any. Yeah, Cardinals didn't give us anything back, which is fucking like unbelievable. Like now Miguel Vargas, he needs to be that fucking guy. He needs to be that dude, right? We need to be making in a couple of years. We need to have those shirts that say Miguel Vargas is that dude because like you basically. And I'm not saying look, prospects are prospects. I'm not saying that the guy they could have potentially got back from Minnesota would have been all-star, lights out, whatever. You never know what's going to happen. But on paper, it would have made a lot more sense to have a top prospect from the Twins organization who historically do a damn good job of drafting and developing players. We don't do a good job at developing, which is kind of why when we saw like all these guys being traded in, right? And they're all low A guys, right? Like we're not getting any top prospects in the system. They're all a bunch of these low A guys. And then now we're saying like, well, they're 3-4 years away. Now we have to develop these prospects. We don't fucking develop prospects. The guy who was supposed to develop the prospects is now in charge, who didn't develop prospects, is now in charge trading for more prospects that we need to develop that we're probably not going to develop because we don't have a good system in place to do this. So the smart thing would be take top prospects from good teams that know how to develop and have already done the job and who are MLB ready. But instead, we draft a whole bunch or trade for a whole bunch of fucking low A guys who are just gonna hopefully pan out one day. And it's so fucking infuriating that this is what we happen. And yes, I know Sam's in a comment. Yes, I know Project Birmingham is good. We do a decent job for pitchers, but like with hitters and shit, no, we don't do it. It's not been our bag, baby. And now we have to rely on the same fucking people who didn't do the shit, who are now in charge doing the same shit again. It's the definition of insanity.
Yeah, especially like one last thing on the Twins, that whole rumor and all that was that the Twins always had a very good farm system since like I don't know 2000, where they're always developing young talent and stuff like that. And if you're getting somebody like a top 3 prospect from the Minnesota Twins farm system, it's not like it's uncommon to do something like that. The Sox have done it plenty of times where they've traded within the division. If you remember in 2021, or was it 2022 where they traded for what's his name, Hernandez, or from the Indians, or the Guardians.
Oh, Caesar.
Yeah,
Caesar.
Yeah,
Cesar Hernandez.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like uncommon to do something like that. And obviously, you said that we've been trading every single former Royals player that they ever had. It just seemed like it was just like a dumb move. Getz has no idea what the hell he's doing. He's getting fleeced on a lot of these trades, especially that one where that 3-team trade where we didn't get anything back from the Cardinals, and we're paying the Cardinals cash considerations is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, yeah, I just think that if you had an opportunity to do that, you should have just pulled the trigger.
I do want to say, I think Sam, I would be venturing to guess he was being facetious.
Yeah, was like I said, we do a pretty damn good job of developing pitchers.
Tall left-handed pitchers.
Yes, it's the hitters that we don't do shit with, and then we're trading. Like I said, we're trading for a bunch of low A guys, hoping to develop them. And historically, we don't do it. So, get ready for a whole bunch of guys being called up who don't do fucking shit, and we just got another bunch of Baldwins.
Kai Bush, baby. We're all Bush guys now.
Yeah.
He sounds like a race car driver.
Brooks Baldwin, man. That's where we're hanging our hats on now. So
Before we move on, since
Yes.
Pedro hasn't been fired yet, I want to get our official predictions on when Pedro's going to get fired. That way we can, just have a little bragging rights.
Thursday. It's gonna happen Thursday. My lawnmower guy told me it's gonna happen Thursday.
All right,
so.
you're going Thursday. What are you
I'm
going
going
with,
sources.
Jason?
are the Sox playing on Thursday?
No, they're off. It's
It's gonna be Thursday then. I would probably guess. Put me down for Friday morning.
Friday morning. Ooh.
Because then they'll be fresh enough where they'll have Getz do the press conference for the homestand, and then they'll have all the questions ready for.
Because I thought maybe Wednesday after the loss, but it's a West Coast game, so they're not going to announce anything. Wednesday night into Thursday morning. I think it's going to be Thursday, like right around noon or something.
I do like Jason's strategy. He came in with like $1 on Bob Barker and on the prices right there. I'll take $1 on one. What do you got, Johnny?
Typical Sox. I don't think they fire him. I think he still.
I like that answer.
Has his job.
Season end.
Yep.
Okay. So I looked at the calendar before we got on the show tonight, and I think that they're going to Craig him. Craig from Friday. They're going to fire him on his day off. Rare Sunday. There's no game this Sunday. He's going to get fired on Sunday.
Right after the Cubs?
Right after the Cubs.
Right after Whiskey at Comiskey.
Yep.
Well, speaking of which, guys, we are 5 days. We are 5 days away from the math don't math. We are 5 days away from our next tailgate, Whiskey at Comiskey, this Saturday, 3 p.m.-ish in Lot B. As always, Chef Brian Reddy will be back this time. We're going to be doing the Crosstown foods. So it's going to be Chicago-style hot dogs, Maxwell Street Polish, Italian beefs. We'll have some Chicago handshakes for those who are fans of Malort and PBR. And then we'll have some more. I think we're doing some like shrimp and stuff too. I gotta get those extra details from him. But the main thing is the big Chicago foods. And then if you're thirsty to wash down all of those encased meats, we got Michter's. Michter's is going to be on site. The rep from Michter's, Raven Fuller, she will be there pouring the core 4 lineup of Michter's. Plus, I have it on good authority, she's probably bringing a couple other tasty allocated bourbons for people to try. So if you remember, on our home opener, we had a 10-year bourbon that went pretty quickly. And I think there was a Bombergers or Shanks? Yeah,
It was a
Shanks that
Shanks.
one too. Yeah. So just be prepared if you're a Michter's fan. There might be some tasty allocated stuff that so come early, come thirsty, come hungry, get ready. It's going to be a shit show. Hopefully the Sox will open the gates up early because Sox Cubs always gets packed on a Saturday. So they don't do their bullshit where they open the gates exactly 3 hours.
Important question by Mailman Jack.
You can do whatever you want, man. I
The
don't.
free country, baby.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you to put your doobie out.
We won't narc. Some people might not like it and will voice their opinions on White Sox Twitter, and that's their right too. But we will not narc.
All right,
Shots already down to run, baby. All right, let's go. Let's get for this record. Let's fireworks show. And yeah, like how Sam said, $97 ticket, and I said I wanted to go. I want to go. Someone invite me because I'm not paying $97. Like
Yeah.
open. I'll be your hot date for a White Sox game.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a quick Olympic rundown before we get to the nonsense here.
Hell yeah.
It's been a good week. Team USA. I gotta look up their medal counts, but yesterday they were tied with China for most gold medals at 19. I think China pulled ahead a couple.
Yep.
Let's just see here. They pulled ahead, but counts. So we got 79 medals. Oh, we are tied for China now with 21 golds. So we also got a couple ones throughout the night that I might have missed. But today, not a good for Team USA. So Simone Biles, she did not get a medal in the beam. She fell. Very uncharacteristic of her. Same thing with Suni Lee. She did not get a medal in the beam. But then Simone tweaked her calf again. She won the all around with a bad leg. But she and the floor exercise, she tweaked it. She only got a silver. Rebecca Andrade from Brazil, she got the gold. And then Jordan Childs, she got the bronze for that. But Simone did get that she did get the gold in the individual vault, so that's cool to see. But the big story was obviously the men's 100 meter. Noah Wiles, that's just the craziest race I've probably seen in my life when he won by 5/1000ths of a second. Basically, it's nipples, man. It's like shoulders and nipples, man.
If you have pokies and puffers, that's better in a race, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. My wife says only a silver. Yeah, because when you're in Simone Biles, you're almost like guaranteed a gold medal for all that. So
no, I saw people complaining about her standard is so much more than everyone else that like people are unhappy. Yeah, it's the Tiger Woods effect. I love Tiger Woods. He was on a trajectory where like if he doesn't win every major, you're upset with it. And yeah, it's unreasonable, but that's the standard. That's the standard that Simone Biles, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, those are the people.
Yeah. So then also big shout out for like the men's swimming team. So there's always, or the men's and women's, the U.S. swimming team. There's always a big competition between U.S. and Australia for swimming. We actually came out on top with 8 gold medals to Australia's 7, but we also, I think, finished like 27 swimming medals to their like 15-ish, I think. So we pretty much like the medal count for swimming. We beat Australia handily, but we got one more gold medal, and that goes out to Katie Ledecky and Bobby Fink. Bobby Fink got that number 8 medal with the 1500 race that he did, the 1500 meter swim that he did. That's 30 lengths of the pool, and he got a world record doing it too. Ledecky just knocking out gold after gold, and then the women's relay team, they got another gold that same day. So Bobby Fink and the women's relay team helped us get past Australia. Some negatives: our 3-on-3 basketball team fucking sucks.
Jimmer Fredette, go kick right. Don't let Jimmer Fredette back into this country. I heard he got hurt, whatever, but that team was on him. The fact that they lost, bum of the week, early bum of the week, Jimmer Fredette and the 3-on-3. You can't be losing on basketball.
No, the men's and women's 3-on-3 basketball team was win, and it was a joke. Like you could go down to to the south side, grab 3 Mexicans.
Careful.
and they would do a better job on 3-on-3 basketball than Team USA did. I don't know who they're drafting for or who they're taking for 3-on-3 basketball. You can grab any Mexicans from the South Side to do better job than that.
I don't know about that.
Time out. I don't know how
I
you're
don't know.
scouting
I don't know
basketball,
what you're
Jason. I knew what you were doing when you said go down to the South Side. If I'm going down to the South Side, I'm not sure the Mexicans are the ones I'm drafting for basketball. That's all I'm saying, Jay.
All right. Aaron says the women won 3-on-3 bronze. Okay. I stand corrected. I thought that they lost to Spain today. Yeah, she can unsubscribe.
You cannot. No one unsubscribe. No one. Also, I just realized while you're going, and I've been watching a little as much as I can of the Olympics, but when you were doing your spiel, I realized, this must be what Jason feels like when I talk soccer. So I wanted the Cerveza Cristal drop. just getting ready for it.
That would have been pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. Okay, yes, Aaron is correct. They did win the bronze against Canada. I saw that they lost against Spain, and I thought that was it. They were knocked out, but I guess I misheard that was for the gold medal. Okay, so take that back. They got bronze. So okay, at least they did something. The men can fuck off.
Yeah, Jimmer Fredette, like we said, bum.
Yeah. Yes, Aaron, I did just fact check you, bro. I did for my own sanity because I could have swore I heard different. So
yeah, you're off. You're off this week, and all you're doing is watching Olympics. We got to fine tune this.
It was also I woke up late, I slept in, and then I went drinking right away. So I might have
on a Monday.
Stuff. Yeah,
he's on vacation.
No, I love it. That's on brand.
Yeah,
can't be the bourbon bums without a couple of weekday drinks.
But I would say keep an eye out. Friday night, first ever in the Olympics debut of breakdancing. So get ready, men's and women's breakdancing finals. It's if US don't win it, I'm gonna be pissed off. We have to have the best dancers in the world.
No,
I don't know, dude.
Breakdancing is so global.
Yeah, like, Japan. I'll put my money on Japan.
Yeah, it's so global. It's been like that since the 80s when that first stuff came out. So I'm interested to see the breakdancing because I've always liked breakdancing since it first came out and all that. And I just think that it would be a very, very good competition. I don't think the U.S. is just like the heavy favorite on that. I think that there's other teams or countries that will probably be just as good as us.
I had 2 Olympic notes, Jay. Shout out Scotty Scheffler for keep doing what he's doing.
Yes,
that guy is
thank you for
came from behind.
I was spitballing on top of my head. So yes, Scotty Scheffler. He came back from 4 down.
Yeah,
going
Scotty
into
Scheffler
Sunday.
Is unreal.
So to make up 4, be down 4 and win by 2 strokes, fucking awesome.
Yeah. And then the other 2 things I watched that are so I think the Olympics are in an interesting spot, and maybe it's just because I'm older that like it feels like they're just like adding things to try to get ratings or just like make things interesting, like breakdancing thing. The kayaking where it's like whitewater kayaking and it's like 4 people, and then it's like bumping is like legal, is like a Royal Rumble. That sport is awesome. I want more of that sport. And then like the BMX rallycross where they're just racing on BMX bikes, like my Dyno VFR when I was 12 years old. Right. I was like, this shit is awesome. So that's cool. I kind of need the Olympics to get more, and they have been like more X gaming.
Yes, they took a lot of the snowboarding and the BMXing. They took that from the X Games.
Yeah, I need a little bit more of that because this shit's like intense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I actually have a question. I want to go back to the breakdancing. Do they have like Olympic regulation cardboard that they got to be on? Or
that's a great question. That's a fantastic question.
I don't know, Dougie. It's the first
tile
ever. So
everyone bring their own Amazon box.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so that's my Olympics notes. A lot of track and field this week. Wrestling, weightlifting. Hopefully we should do pretty good in wrestling, I think. But yeah, a lot of track and field. Noah Wiles goes for the 200, I believe, Wednesday. He's going to try to be the first one was Carl Lewis to do the 100, 200, win the 100 and 200. So that's going to be cool. Hopefully he does it. It's good to see the U.S. back on top in the 100 after Usain Bolt was just like, basically making us his bitch for those three Olympics. And then they obviously didn't get it in Tokyo, but good to see that, U.S. is back on top being the fastest. So.
All right. So when do the Olympics end? It's only like what, 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
It's 2 weeks. So the closing ceremonies will be on Sunday.
So we get one more Olympic roundup next Monday.
Yeah, I can do one more just to wrap up the Olympic talk. But yeah. All right. And with that and the sports talk, let's pay some of our own bills.
I like how you put that. I wasn't ready for it, by the way.
Big Cartel is the official home of Chicago Sports Bums merch. Help support your favorite podcast by buying a couple of two-tree shirts. We got socks, bears, hawks, and bum branded threads. And all of our shirts are unisex sizes. Remember, all the proceeds go back directly into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates that keeps them free for everyone. And keep an eye out for new shirts coming very soon. So visit shysportsbums.bigcartel.com today. And a note, we have our hats back in stock. Well, none of us are wearing them right now, but our Whiskey at Comiskey hats are back in stock. So if you did not get one and you want one, shoot us $25 to the Zells, DM us, and we'll have one for you on Saturday for the tailgate.
That's the main thing. We're gonna have them on hand, on our table on Saturday, because the first round went pretty good. Like they sold out pretty quickly. So we're gonna bring more. If you're interested, buy a hat. That money goes right back into the whiskey, right back into the food, right back into the tailgates.
Yes, Aaron, you will get your hat on Saturday because we have them back in stock. So we have 11 for sale.
This lady over here is just argumentative the whole goddamn time. I've never blocked anyone on this. Like 193 episodes, except for that one guy talking shit to Herb Lawrence, and rightfully so. That guy was a bad dude.
Yeah.
Aaron might be the second person blocked.
Yeah. All right, Peter, you got some viral videos for us, so take it away.
I got viral videos. So I had viral videos last Monday, and then we kind of punted the segment because obviously Zane Lamprey, world famous Zane Lamprey, came on the show. Viral videos only stay viral for a certain amount of time. So I had to recycle. I did new ones this week.
Okay.
The first two are from right here in Chicago, Illinois. The Chicago Sports Bum. This was a I'll let the video play, and then I'll get your reactions. This is a subway on Ohio.
Video. Straight to fucking jail.
I need that guy. Chicago is known for, at least in the past, a little bit of mafia action, if you will. We need that guy swimming in the river. Like, what are you doing, man? For the sake of public health in Chicago. Jail, Guantanamo, something.
I can guarantee you right now that whoever is that franchise owner has probably gotten his franchise stripped from him because of that video. 100%. Because most subways are franchise owned and everything like that. And there is a whole shitload of legalities of stuff that you can't do. You can't change the menu. You can't do this. I guarantee you, A1, he didn't have any gloves on while he was slicing the meat.
He did not. He didn't have. He's like flipping meat like they're fucking cards from a deck.
A2, barefoot.
With his feet literally 3
Yes.
inches away.
Right. Yeah. So, dude, I haven't eaten at a Subway in probably 20 years. That's going to make me not eat at Subway for another 20 fucking years. 100%.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
So I was gonna ask, this Subway in Ohio, Johnny, you're the only one that works downtown. And I was like, oh shit, what if Johnny gets lunch at this place or something like that? No,
I hardly ever go to Subway, so we're good. And I'm not even that close to Ohio anyway, so I wouldn't be close to it. But I never go to Subways anyway, so I'm good.
So my wife asked a question: how many of you would stay in line? She asked me that when she saw the video, and I said I would immediately leave. Like there's no chance in hell I'm eating that, because not only that, like, if you looked at the video, his feet were fucking dirty as shit.
yeah, they're brown.
They're not even good looking. Not even like free feet that you want like to sell on like OnlyFans or anything. Like they're nasty ass fucking feet. They're probably hairy as shit. We didn't see the other side, but I'm guessing they're probably hairy as shit.
Fred Flintstone ass feet.
They're not up to Jason's feet.
I was just gonna say,
when I cut my deli meat at home, my feet are fine.
When I sit on my kitchen island, doing my meat with no shoes on, like it's much more sanitary. It's much more sanitary. Trust me. But the fact that none of the employees like just looked at him and been like, "Bro, like, what the fuck are you doing?"
So
like,
I have a little
or not. Like, you have to fucking like stand up and say like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I have a little context to this. There was a second video that didn't go viral, but it was on the same account. The girl in the blue like tank top or whatever ended up saying something. And she was really nice about it. Like, I don't want to make a big deal. Or she's like, I'm sorry for making you shouldn't be sorry at this point. Like, you shouldn't have to say that. But she's like, I'm not okay with this guy. Like, look, he's barefoot. Like, the employees didn't give a fuck. They could not care less. Nothing happened, which is crazy.
Yeah. So you want that shit toasted or what?
Yeah.
you want bunions or no bunions?
Yeah, right.
So, like, obviously, you don't get the deli meat because you're gonna get a little bit of feet and who else?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the meatball sub's still okay though, right?
Yeah, right. Maybe that's how they Maybe that's how they measure 6 inch or foot long. 6 inch or foot long.
Put your foot. Yeah, put the bread next to my foot and see if it's actually 12 inches or not. Passes.
Fuck.
All right. So second video also coming out of Chicago, and this is a Chipotle on Roosevelt and Canal.
Which one you're talking about too?
And it's Chicago is a culinary capital. Like there's Michelin star restaurants, fine dining, great stuff. This Chipotle, the opposite of that.
I like the music on that. Did you add that?
No, that was on there.
So I am close to that Chipotle.
I was gonna ask.
That I'm close to, and I saw that video and I saw the location, and I'm like, "Fuck, man!" Because that's the closest Chipotle that's like in driving distance to me. Now I can't go there. The whole city's ruining my food experience. Obviously, I would never go to Subway, but Chipotle, come on, man. I actually do like Chipotle.
It's guilty pleasure.
Yeah. I heard people say that facade wasn't actually attached to the Subway. I don't give a fuck if it's attached or not.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Visual, you gotta fucking like someone from that Chipotle throwing out trash. Someone has to notice that there's fucking rats back there, right? Yeah. Like you can't not notice like there's a family of rats living behind there, and you call the exterminator immediately.
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, even if that thing is not attached to the actual restaurant, the fact that there's so many there leads me to believe how many more there are where you can't see them. And that's the problem. So yeah, man, it's a bad look. Those first two videos, we love Chicago, but goddamn, man, it's a problem. But then again, I've had that like Mickey, or it was actually like a Chuck E. Cheese meme with the Michael Jordan 6 rings, and the Chicago's been voted the world's rattiest city for like 7 years in a row. So it's just par for the course, I guess.
Oh, shit.
All right, what do you got next?
Next video is something. Shout out Men in Blazers. I'm a big fan of Men in Blazers. It is a soccer video, Jay, but it's more of not soccer. It's a celebration. You know, Blackhawks parades when they won the cup. You know, I remember the White Sox parade back in 2005. So this is a parade coming out of Paraguay, if you will. This is Libertad de Pirayo. They won the Portuguese Cup, and this is how they celebrate it. Keep an eye out for the double-decker bus, and keep an eye out for the trophy.
Oh, someone learned about electricity that day.
So everyone on the bus was okay, but their team captain was the one holding up the trophy. I wish I couldn't save it. There's a video out there, or there's a picture out there. He looked like Wile E. Coyote cartoon character. like he was fine, but like it looked like he was just like a cloud of smoke was like all over his face.
That's awesome.
That's fucking funny. So everyone learned about power lines.
And the first thing I thought of, because I circled back to the 2005 parade and I remember it and stuff like that, and I'm like, thank God those double-decker buses don't fit under the viaducts, because you can totally see like AJ or Bobby Jenks just like, you know, like whoosh, and like there goes the World Series trophy underneath that viaduct.
Yep.
All right, my next one is so this video I saw all over the place, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, for the last 2 days, and I just saw the video and I didn't understand what was going on. But I want you guys to watch it and then let me know what's going on.
Very simple. Conor McGregor is cosplaying Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I swear to God, I saw that video 30 times. I didn't realize that was Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I didn't.
I was like, what the hell is happening to that guy? Like,
looked like
I didn't understand why it was going viral. I thought it was like, you know, like the lady's shorter, you know. Wow. But I was like, I didn't understand. I was like, I thought that was Baron Corbin for a second, you know, WWE wrestler. The fact that was Conor McGregor was shocking to me.
Well, he shaved his head, got the other short sleeve vest on. He's so cold, man.
Yeah, this was I guess at Sturgis, the motorcycle rally. Like I saw it over and over again on my feed, and I'm like, what is this video? And I just kept scrolling until finally the last one was like, oh yeah, Conor McGregor. I'm like, what the fuck? This is Conor McGregor?
Finally picking on someone his own size.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she was picking on him if you really watched the video.
Dude, he wanted nothing to do with her at all.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. And this is gonna circle back and this is gonna lead into our question of the week.
Yes.
What happened here, Coach Judy? What happened?
The world's most famous pole vaulter. Whether or not he won, he did not win. But he is now the world's
decathlon. That was a decathlon,
right?
Pole vault.
But obviously, he went viral for all of the right reasons, And my question to you guys, Jason, you're the Olympic guy, but everyone around here, like, would you be okay with losing your chance at a gold medal if the whole world knew that you were packing a hog?
Okay. So I had to think about this. People don't really remember like gold medal pole vaulters or something. You have to even most Olympic medalists in general, unless you're like Usain Bolt, Simone Biles, Michael Phelps, those guys, even the old school Carl Lewis, Kerry Shrugs. You have to do something immaculate to when you win a medal, and most people don't remember. You could ask who won the pole vault last Olympics. No one's gonna know who who won cycling last Olympics. No one's gonna really remember that shit. You have to be memorable. So I would say yes, I would sacrifice that gold medal, who probably no one's gonna remember that I won it in 4 years anyways, for everyone, the entire world knowing I was packing hog. That would be my legacy right there.
I agree with you. The problem is, what's that guy's name, Jay?
I don't know.
So
Big
you
dick
don't. No
pole
one.
vaulter.
Yeah, no one knows him. No one knows him. Everyone just knows his pole vault.
But I guarantee
Some simps do.
because he was
Well, yeah.
So he was
Olympic Village.
He was the French pole vaulter, or for the decathlon.
Right.
So obviously, a lot of his countrymen are going to know who he was because he's the only. I think he was the only person who for the French that was actually in the decathlon. So he's just get to go back out the Olympics, and he can pretty much have just women probably throwing themselves at him because I'm French. It was in Paris. Everybody in the world saw it. It happened. He's going to be living life right now, and he probably got some foreign action too from the Olympic Village. People are like,
Bob
oh.
Costas.
Yeah. So yes, I would love for the fact that my massive hog knocked down the pole. I will take that over a gold medal any day.
Any day.
Because I'm the real winner there.
I have two scenarios. One, if I am happily married, give me the gold. If I am single, fuck that gold. Give me the hog shot. Yes.
That's
Exactly the same thing, Dougie. I would say that's the
perfect
scenario.
answer. That's the perfect answer. But yeah, like you mentioned, Dougie, Jay, he is being immortalized. You shared this picture with us, Dougie. Some artist,
Artist rendering.
hang it in the Louvre.
Yeah.
Is that gonna change the whole? Remember that kitten that was hanging on a
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be the new one. Just hang in there.
Shit.
So
Yeah,
all right.
no.
Here he says, I don't know, playing basketball, shrimp gang was where it's at. What if it was a different sport? What would be the most Olympic what's the best Olympic medal you would want to win? Basketball, 100-meter dash. You're the fastest man in the world.
Yeah, I think I'd take either.
So,
because
you're not immortalized as a decathlete, but
no.
the 100, Noah Lyles is the fastest man in the world now. You're not giving up that medal.
Because even in swimming, they have the 50 meters, which is for the fastest swimmer. No one fucking remembers. People remember Usain Bolt. People are gonna remember Noah Lyles. Carl Lewis, right? So you're gonna remember those names. You don't remember who the fastest swimmer is, or any of that other stuff. But yeah, I think I agree with you on that. I take the 100 meter.
Johnny?
I mean, I don't know because everybody remembers Michael Phelps, so you can't say I know.
Yeah, but because he just did it off of volume, right?
But either way, we're not talking about, if we're talking about fastest whatever, then yeah, we're gonna go and it's gonna be remembered by Lyles at him being the fastest man in the world. But if we're talking about like Michael Phelps is one of I saw that he has more medals than a lot of countries.
Yeah.
So I mean, with him, like, I know swimming's a big one, gymnastics is a big one. Obviously track and field and wrestling is probably another one as well too. I think would probably be I don't know if that would be the big four is when it comes to it. Or basketball too, but basketball is like a team,
Yeah,
like,
team sport.
it's
It
a
gets
team
different.
sport. So I don't really would count that, but I don't know. I always liked wrestling as well too. I think wrestling is something that obviously everything's very competitive, but I think wrestling would be one that would be up there at least for me. Obviously, one of them was Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was
With the broken
wrestler
freaking
back
neck.
in
Freaking
96 with the
neck.
broken neck. Yeah, so that was a memorable moment in obviously Olympic history. But I mean, I think any of those like track and field or swimming or any of those would probably be just as good. Like if you got a medal for it.
Yeah, I think we're all, obviously the whole world is making a joke of it.
Mhm.
And if you were to lose, best case scenario is everyone in the world knows like what you're packing. But it does, like he worked 4 years for this. People dream about going to the Olympics. And the fact that your ding dong is the one making headlines is like, it's probably not great for him. But maybe, like you said, maybe it is. We don't know.
Exactly. Well, see, here's the thing. He could showcase his skills to the public. You can't go on out telling people you got a big dick. Otherwise, you're a creep. The thing happened organically.
It happened,
Yeah,
organically.
That's the thing where it's like now, like all you gotta do is sit back there and be like, all right, ladies, come
Check
to
on
me.
the highlights.
It doesn't have to be, we don't know. It doesn't have to be ladies.
Well, he is French.
Could be. He is French, so
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you don't know.
yeah. Hey, not there's anything wrong with it.
Right.
In the words of the great Kenny Powers, I'm not trying to be the best at exercising.
All right. It's time to bump some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
All right, before I start reading these off, I just want to say this is the last segment of Night Peoples. If you want Peter to show nips and get naked, you gotta start get them super chats. $5 super chats. Every $5, I'm done. So.
$5 a button. So if you pay 10, that's 2. 15, that's 3.
I still got a couple sleeve buttons, and then I didn't think about this. I'm gonna start from the bottom up, so you're not gonna be able to see anything until I get to like this button. But yes,
Not too good at selling this.
We get last
yeah,
segment
super
of Night
chat.
People. So if you want to see it, get them super chats in. All right. First up is from the Mr. Original Joey P, MVB, longtime fan, first time caller, Bucky's.
Bucky's.
I know. I was fucking it up on purpose. Bucky's for the incredible experience and being well worth the hype. Yeah. Bum of the Week, Chicago White Sox. Joey P, not pictured, but he posted the brisket sandwich.
Oh,
right?
my God. Oh, my
So
God.
that's what I was gonna ask you guys. Have you guys been to a Bucky's? Because I have not.
No,
I have not.
But I've heard amazing things about that brisket sandwich and just Bucky's in general. Their jerky and their like, snacks and everything. I gotta make it to one, but I was wondering if you guys have tried it because that brisket sandwich, for it being a gas station sandwich, looked amazing.
Yeah, it looked phenomenal. There's actually like this weird cult of people. What they do is they shit at Bucky's because I guess their bathrooms are really, really nice. So I don't know, but overall I've heard amazing things between the jerky. They got some kind of like Bucky Nugs or something like that, which is some kind of, I don't know, buck nuggets or something, but
Buck Nuggets. They got. It's probably, if they're selling Buck Nuggets, I think it's probably, it's probably change the name of that. All right, keep it going, Peter.
All right.
Next up, the person who is formerly who's now blocked, so she probably won't be able to see this. MVB, Chaperone, for absolutely killing her Lala set. And I'm going to assume that's true because none of us were there. But
I
the week,
watched.
oh, you did. Oh, was it? They did the live stream with it.
They did a live stream for all 4 days. So I watched. Julie was there. I watched the Chaperone set Thursday at 5 p.m. 80,000 people. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures of that.
Yeah.
It was nuts to butts. It's the biggest crowd I have ever seen for a Lala, period. And like we've been to Lala a bunch of times. I've seen a lot of people there. This Chaperone crowd was crazy.
Seeing those pictures made me really nervous. I always get scared of being like in the middle of that and then getting the bubble guts. And you got nowhere to go.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Hey, if you're staying up there, you gotta wear a diaper, dude.
Yeah, no. If you're doing Lala or any of these music fests, you gotta like be careful what you eat. Like 2 days before, 1 day before, you gotta eat clean for a couple of days.
How you do your drugs?
Yeah. Bum of the week is Aaron for questioning me about my Olympics
and for not getting her schedule together.
Yeah.
Get them.
Yeah, for not having her schedule when we announce events 8 months in advance. King S, Bum of the week. Those who medal at the Olympics. Bum of the week. Anyone who didn't medal at the Olympics. I'm with you. I told you, Sam, this is the best one you ever given me. This is awesome. I love it. I agree 100%. If you don't win, don't come home. We have the best athletes in the world. We should be winning at everything except maybe table tennis. That's a fucking
that's a leisure sport. That's not really a sport. That's a hobby. That's almost a drinking game. That shouldn't count.
Yeah. Brewhead Luke MVP Noah Wiles. Yes, we talked about that already. And especially Grant motherfucking Fisher. He took a bronze in the men's 10,000 meter race.
Yep.
So that's crazy. Like usually don't want to just say what
we
it
know
is,
who wins those. We know who wins those.
And the Ethiopians win those. Yeah, we don't usually win in those long distance runs. So I'm not trying to, whatever. Bums, DraftKings announcing their taxing winnings. Yes, I'm happy he brought this up because I wanted to bring this up as well. That they announced that if you win, that they're going to start taking, I think, like 3.5% if you are in a high tax state. So if you win a $20 bet, you were going to get like 19.75 or 19.50 or something like that. I think DraftKings is just, they found a way that said, you know what? We don't want to be in business anymore. We're going to fucking just put this model in and kill our business, because I feel like now this happens, you're going to see a lot of people, and this goes into effect next year, January 1st next year. You're going to see a lot of people, I think, bounce into Bet Rivers, Caesars, FanDuel, like all the other ones. If DraftKings is going to do this, I don't think this is going to be a trend that other sportsbooks are going to follow and say, hey, we should do this too. I think it's there, once they see how many people are leaving the sports book, it's going to be a fucking, oh yeah, we fucked up.
To your point, it's got to happen fast, because if it doesn't happen fast and they are making money on it, the FanDuels and everybody else are going to follow suit, and then it's going to be just fucking all of us.
Yeah, Jay, to your point, DraftKings has like a lion's share of that marketplace. It's not by accident. Like they know, like this is not going to fuck them up. It's going to fuck everyone else over.
Yeah, I really hope that once that goes into effect, that they just lose a shit ton of subscribers.
I hope so too.
It's a fucking great, like, pay your own fucking, like, they make enough money off of losing bets. They can pay their taxes and shit. They don't need to piggyback it off of us who, like, oh yeah, sorry, I made $20 and now I don't get to keep it. Like, sometimes I don't win. Like, imagine if you're like a whale and you're dropping like, like fucking $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 bets on like a boxing match or something, and then all of a sudden like you're gonna lose like $3,000 of your bet. Like, I don't want that.
Here, better yet, let me throw this one at you. Let's just say it's somebody last year after the Super Bowl happens bets a future for the next Super Bowl, and now they've got that bet locked in there, can't get it out, and now they're going to get taxed if they hit.
Yeah.
That's
Stupid move by DraftKings. Stupid. All right, let's keep it going. Southside boys, bum of the week. The French guy's hog that cost him a medal in pole vaulting. MVB, the French guy's hog that made him the most eligible man in the country. Absolutely, like
Nailed it.
he's not even in defeat, he's a winner.
Yes, winner.
Mailman Jack, MVP, that glorious temperature drop in breeze that just happened. The rain is nice and cool as well. My sweaty self appreciates it. Yeah, nice rain this afternoon. And his bum of the week, that low profile medal platform at the Olympics. That thing needs to be more grandiose. It's literally like a discount 2-foot lawn stork announcing your firstborn to the world. A great accomplishment like that needs a 3-foot platform. Yeah, they're small. So if you look at old pictures, you can need a step stool to get on those things.
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed. I love this. This is a great call by Jack.
Absolutely.
They need to be staggered. You know, it needs to be like the aggro crag in like Nickelodeon's Guts. You know, you need to be up there. You know, celebrating your medal. This thing, it's like a step stool. Like my daughter has one to wash her hands in the sink. It's like literally 6 inches off the ground.
Yeah. So when I saw this, I thought about this. We are at a modern age. What we need is like a platform that comes out of the ground, and the one just goes up just a tad. Other one keeps going up.
Oh,
first
I
place
like
all
that.
the way up to the top. And
Hell
it's just
yeah.
like, you know, you could be flexing while the thing's still fucking moving, fucking a win, gold medal.
Freaking shooting up like Rey Mysterio off the stage.
Hell yeah.
Now you're talking. Yeah, platform. Boudica.
Yep.
And then you shout out your area code from where you're from when you come out. You know, like Boudica 312.
I love it.
All right. Let's get to our bums and MVBs. Dougie, you want to kick us off today?
All right, I'll kick us off. MVB is going to be Jose, our hat guy. So not only did we hit him with a last-minute rush order, he got the things done, got them shipped to us, and then he sent me a little birthday care package. So that was real nice of him.
Nice.
I appreciate that. On to my bums. Quick one. Summer colds. My entire family has a summer cold. Both kids and the wife have the summer cold. They all feel like shit. I am trying to avoid them as much as possible, or more than normal. I do not want a summer cold. There is nothing worse than a summer cold. Second bum. Caesars Sportsbook. So I don't know if you guys have seen this story. There was a guy that bet $100,000 for the Boston Celtics to win the NBA championship. Well, on his Instagram, he posted the bet slip before it happened, and in the description put, had to have my bookie raise the stakes and had to go up 100 stacks or something like that, verbatim. And there is a Nevada law that you cannot have a bookie bet for you, and because he posted it on social media, they are not cashing his ticket. A $500,000 ticket is not being cashed. That's bad. What's worse, they are using his ticket as a promotion to say, hey, look how much you could win here on Caesars Sportsbook. And they aren't paying it out to the dude. So they are using his fucking ticket as publicity, and they aren't paying him out. Bum of the week. That is terrible.
Fucking brutal. Dougie, you said everyone in your house is sick, but you.
Yeah.
Me and Peter may have to bum Mary then, because if she gets us sick.
I think you're drinking enough tequila to kill anything tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I've come to the realization, I think, like the whiskey kills everything, because whenever, you know, we get sickness at the house or something like that, it feels like it just bounces right off of me.
Yeah.
It's got to be the bourbon. It's got to be the Maker's Mark exclusively at Green Valley Wine and Spirits.
Yes. The high proof bourbon kills all the bacteria and viruses. It's science. All right, Johnny, you're up.
I don't have a what a bum, but I am going to MVB my daughter Avery. I talked to her today. She not to get too much into it, but she's doing very, very good. She's actually going to start school here in the next 2 weeks. But she asked me to shout her out. I always shout her out every single time. So, I love you, Avery, and like I said, I'm just proud of you for everything that you do. So,
Yes, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
She's awesome. All right, Peter, you're up.
Quick MVB. Noon whistle. Everyone involved with the Zane Lamprey comedy show that was at Noon Whistle this weekend. Obviously, Zane came on our podcast last week. Hooked it up with tickets, and it was a good time. I got a couple pictures to show you guys. Jake, do you want to explain what's going on here?
Yeah, so this was a fun time. So Zane said we had the VIP tickets, and the VIPs who got in 30 minutes before the general admission, and he said that he used to do Q&A before for the VIPs, and he said that just fucking sucks. I hate doing Q&A. So he's like, I switched it up, and now I do drinking games with the VIPs. So he saw us in line when we were waiting in line, and we said, hey, Zane, we're the bums. Thank you, for coming on. And he's like, oh yeah. So when he started, this is the first drinking game he did. He pointed to me and said, I need a volunteer. So I wasn't really being volunteered. I was being, selected.
Summoned.
So he said he learned this game in Hong Kong, and I think it was like the game of fives, where you put your fists out like we have right here, and you can have like your 5, 10, and then the other 15 and 20 from the other two. So you take turns, you put your hands behind your head, and then you throw your fist down, and you put out either a 5, or you throw down 0, or you throw down 10. And as you're throwing down, the other person has to do it as well, but you have to guess how many are being thrown down. So you can either guess 0, 5, 10, 15, or 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. So we were playing this game, and if you get 3 in a row, you get a drink. If you lose 3 in a row, you have to buy a drink. So it was pretty cool. He brought me up. I actually won. And then Zay never paid his bet. So I might have to bum him for. I have to bum Zay MVB for bring me up and playing a drinking game. But bum of the week for him not buying me my beer.
Yeah, so this is the end of the night. People were taking selfies with. It was just a great night. Dougie, you kind of set this up. You were like the quarterback of getting Zane on the show, but then also like the Noon Whistle Connect and everything like that. So you can see Julie's in the background there, and then like everyone else. It was a nice date night. I enjoyed it was a great Saturday night.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So
also, I will say that the game I forgot what country he said he learned it from, but the game of death, I want to play in Lot B.
Oh yeah. That was fun. So
the game of death is he does a chant, and after the chant you go the game of death, and everybody in the crowd points to someone, and then you shout out a number, and then you look at someone, and then you follow the number that said the point. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then whoever the point ends on has to chug a beer. I think that could be pretty fun at I'm not well,
the game of death.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get better at this. We're gonna have to make a plan to do it. But yeah, I agree. Maybe not Cubs Sox, there's gonna be enough fighting that we don't need the game of death. But maybe the last tailgate of the season, we do it.
Yeah.
So that's my MVP. It was a good time. Thank you to everyone involved.
Awesome.
Obviously, Sarah, Jason, everyone at Noon Whistle, Mary, Dougie, Julie. We enjoyed ourselves. My first bum, and this was a late entry. It was during the show, about 20 minutes into the show. My sister Christy starts texting me and my sister about some random bullshit. I didn't even check my text right now, but she knows that I do a podcast every Monday at 8. We've been doing 192, 93 episodes of this. She's texting me about Kanye West or something like that. Bum of the week, Christy. What the hell? Are you gonna? I thought you were gonna say
my brother does the same thing. He'll call me or start texting me stuff about bourbon like right when the show starts. I'm like, dude, you know I do the show every Monday at 8.
every Monday. It's been like this forever. And then my second bum. This is something we could have talked about during Jason's Olympic minute, but I wanted to keep it. Like we all said, the 100-meter dash was one of the most exciting things I had seen in a long time. It happens every 4 years. You know, you wait 4 years for someone to be crowned the world's fastest man. Obviously, this year it was 3 years because of COVID. It was different, but still, there's a lot of excitement. It's one of the premier, events of the Olympics. And Leigh Diffey, he's the NBC track announcer for the 100-meter dash and just for track in general. He couldn't have fucked this up any bigger. He said that the Jamaican Kashane Thompson won. He talked about Fred Curley being in second place. He didn't even mention Noah Lyles. He didn't mention Noah Lyles until way after when they said they were going to a photo finish. And I understand. It happens in a blink of an eye. And, it's only 9 seconds long, the race. 10 seconds, whatever. He fucked it up so bad that, why? If you don't know who won, just say it was a close race, too close to call. The fact that he was so confident that Kashane Thompson won and that it was Jamaica, I was like, what the fuck are you even talking about? It was almost like it popped the balloon. It took the air out of the sails. I was like, what in the fuck was this? And the fact that it only happens every 4 years. And I'm sure the guy, what's his name? Leigh Diffey was excited, this was his moment to shine too, because if you have one of those fucking awesome calls in the Olympics, you're going to be remembered forever. And this guy fucked it up so bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I was at my grandmother's house, and shout out Uncle Paul over here. He said it reminded him of when the Hawks won that first Stanley Cup in 2010, where everybody's we had no idea what was going on. Yeah, I mean that's a perfect example. Is that how are you going to say that what the result is when they don't even know? I mean, it was very close. I couldn't even tell who won. I actually thought it was the Jamaican runner as well too. And I didn't think he won, but when you're looking at that again, obviously you don't want to assume anything because it makes that, what's that catchphrase? It makes that ass out of you and me. That's kind of basically what happened to him.
Yeah, Luke's saying Noah even tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Yo, congrats, you got me." But that doesn't change the fact that it was too close to call. It was too close to make a definitive answer if you're the announcer.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take us home here. Peter, we kind of co-signed our MVB for Zane and then noon whistle and all that stuff for last Saturday night. That was awesome. So that was that. But I got 3 bums here. One.
Wait, time out. You have an MVB. Raven Fuller.
Oh yes, thank you. I forgot. I should see. I need to write stuff down. Yes. So other MVB. Raven Fuller, she's the regional director for Midwest for Michter's. She did the tasting at Green Valley Wine and Spirits with us on on Friday. Yes, as regional manager. So I'll make sure I had her title right. Regional manager for Midwest. But she came out, she did a tasting at Green Valley Wine and Spirits. It was a great time for everyone who came out. We got to try the new 24 bomb burgers and shanks before they even hit the Illinois market. So shout out to her for doing that event with us. It was an awesome time. Okay, so none of my bums. First one, Dougie. I'm gonna you bum Caesars. I'm bumming FanDuel because they voided my money line bet for the Bears when that game got called. And I get it; it wasn't a full game, but still, the NFL put it in the record as a Bears win. If it's good enough for the NFL, it should be good enough for FanDuel. It should count as a win. I don't give a shit what they say, because if it didn't count as a win in FanDuel's eyes, then the NFL shouldn't have put a 1 in the Bears win-loss column.
Yep.
Sarah, you're always my MVB. So Okay, second one. Maggie Gray. She has a podcast and a show on Sirius XM in the mornings. But she basically said today, can you really brag about being the fastest man in the world when you win by 5/1000ths of a second? And she got ratioed to all hell because yes, a win is a win, no matter how much you win by.
Yep.
If you are the fastest person in that race, look, that race was the first 100-meter race that all 8 people ran sub 10 seconds. Like, that's insane that everyone ran under 10 seconds. So you're the fastest of everyone in the world, of the 8 fastest people in the world. You're the fastest of those 8. So yes, you can say. And she did a poll right after that, saying, can you brag about it? And she got ratioed to all hell. 93% said yes. The 7% who did that, fuck off. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but she tried to do that poll to justify her shit ass take, and she got ratioed to all hell on that. So thank you to people who voted yes on that. But yes, when you win the fastest race in the world, you are the fastest man in the world. And soon to be, when the woman from St. Lucia, she's the fastest woman in the world.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter how much you win by. You're fast.
I got another one. I had it written down. I forgot to talk about it during the Olympic minute and stuff like that. I saw a stat. And I know, like, all these sports evolve over time, and it's like, like year by year, it just gets better and better. But the fact that Carl Lewis would have came in last place in this 100-meter dash, it like blew my mind. I was like, holy shit, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. My last bum of the week, and a lot of people were bumming this on the interwebs yesterday. It's HBO. It's House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, for having a horrible, horrible season finale last night. And I'm not going to do spoilers for you, but that second season of House of the Dragon was basically just a filler episode. They had one basically big battle in the season, and the episode 8 was basically just one big filler cliffhanger episode that didn't do anything. And I wanted to show you guys this because I have the book. I have the book from Fire and Blood from George R. R. Martin here. So that season was 8 episodes, right? Here is the thickness of the book. It's over 700 pages. This is what season 2 was. You want to guess how many pages that was? 30 fucking pages of this entire book was season 2. Like, they added so much shit, so much fluff, so much unnecessary storylines that aren't even in the book to fill a season when they could have fucking just, they got this much left, right? They got that much left right there.
Okay.
But HBO, you fucking wasted all that time for 30 pages.
So that entire book is like the entirety of the series, correct?
Well, no, they didn't even start. Okay, so here's the book, right? Here's the first part.
Right.
They didn't start like this is. They left like this much out. Okay, so like the story begins like here.
Okay.
And then this was season 2, right? So you got season 1, season 2. They cut off like a whole quarter of the book.
I love it, Jay. I love that you're mad about nerd shit because, I mean, I do this with Star Wars and the MCU all the time. So I'm going to let you cook with the nerd shit. But it just makes me laugh now that you are the book is better guy now. Like, you're literally doing the book is better thing. It's fucking making me laugh. I love it.
No, because like the way they build the season as the dance of the dragons, where they were going to be all the dragons would be fighting, and there was one battle, like, but like there's a lot more to the actual dance of the dragons, the war of the families, and it's bad. Like they like Sarah asked me like what happens, and I told her, I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. Like we'll find the end of the season, But then as we're watching the season, I was like, oh, that wasn't in the book. That wasn't like they obviously, yes, HBO, the showrunners, they add a lot of stuff in there that they shouldn't. they didn't want to make it for TV, but the book, I would say yes, it was so much better, and they just added that season 2 was completely unnecessarily a lot of fluff. So bum of the week, HBO.
Julie's saying people that don't like the season are people that don't like foreplay. It sounds like they're leading up. I know I haven't watched. I haven't watched the season. I haven't watched the series. But it was announced today that there's only going to be 2 seasons left, right? It's only going to be season 3 and 4, and that's it. So
Okay,
if you're showing me that book and you're telling me maybe they don't get through the whole thing, they're probably going to condense it. I just assume season 3 and 4 is going to be all bangers.
Nah, so here's the thing. If it depends on how far in the book that they're going to go, because if they're talking to this storyline that they have for the House of Dragon, it's literally just 2 chapters of the book. So they've already done like one full chapter plus like 30 pages of a. There's still like a whole half chapter left. Plus, it depends if they go into the after the battle and all the politics after it. I don't know how far they're going to go into it, but they basically, if they're going to drag out 2 seasons for like 40 pages, it's going to be a lot of fucking fluff. That's what I'm going to say. And you got to wait 2 years for it.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it and figure it out. I don't know. I don't have a take, so I'm gonna assume you're right. But like Julie said, like it seems like they're leading up to something. I don't know. Maybe people just have to wait. Maybe not everything can be like instant gratification.
So hold on. So Julie's saying here, episodes huge character reveals, big character deaths is not mourning. There's a lot wrong with that statement that I don't want to say without spoiling it for people.
Oh yeah, all right. We're gonna have to take this conversation. We'll take this conversation to the next time. I mean, we're gonna see each other plenty this week, so we'll figure it out. Before we end, do we want to do the raffle? But I like that. Like I said, keep this nerd energy because usually
let's get the raffle real quick and then we'll take it home. So get this raffle.
All right, hold on. Now I gotta get the. Share the screen. Share. All right.
I just
like we said, it was the end of the month. We couldn't. Go ahead, Dougie.
No, go. I was just filibustering.
No, it was the end of the month. We couldn't get to the raffle last week because we had Zane Lamprey on, and then obviously it was an important guest. So these are going to be the 4 winners for July.
All right.
Ready, Jay?
Kick it off. Ready. Let's go. Spin that wheel.
Ooh, right at the end. Mailman Jack.
All right.
So I'm going to remove
Mailman Jack, you are the number 1 winner.
Instances.
All right,
number 2.
Next up, number 2. Oh, repeat winner. Seems like he wins every month. Aloha, Mr. Hand. All right. Number 2
wins, but he also donates a lot every month. So
he does.
Yes, he does.
And White Sox Tom.
All right, he wins again. I don't know. He might have to. He's not live in the chat. He might want to. He might give up his 2 prizes, but we'll see. And Gordo.
All right, I'm gonna spin one more just in case Aloha doesn't want 2 prizes. But if he does, he can be greedy. He earned it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So if he takes it, then Gordo would move up, and Spags would be number 4. So if he doesn't want number 3, Gordo moves to 3rd, Spags moves to 4. So okay, All right. So thanks to those guys. We will be in your DMs shortly. Peter might show some nipple to slide in your DMs.
Yeah.
But all right. So quick reminders, guys. Thanks for watching us this evening. Tomorrow, after Knox with the Bums and Gas Money Bob, we're going to be doing our show. Friday, Bums Happy Hour. We're going to be back doing just nonsense at 6 p.m. And then Saturday, Whiskey at Comiskey, 3 p.m. Lot B. We got a packed week for the Chicago Sports Bums. It's all bums all the time. We're going to just annoy you until you get sick of us. But until then, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for everyone who commented, who super chatted, who liked, subscribe, share. We love you all. We'll see you tomorrow night. And until then, cheers and bear the fuck down.
I can't end the show. That fucking wheel of death is cancer to my whole system. We're gonna have to stop doing raffles.
I ran out of hand signals.
End the show, Jay.
All right, end of the show.
Keep going. Keep going. Amazing.
No. I love you all.